back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Keldon Johnson.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox out there with Chris Paul, and it's Biyombo at the 5 spot. And for the Rockets, the forwards for him will be Brooks and Smith. Green is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. So, Clark, when you look at the MVP voting over the last few years, it has been dominated by the big men, especially 7-footers.
Yeah, pretty unique, right? For years, 7-footers didn't get much MVP love, and this stuff is somewhat cyclical, as you know, Kevin. Big shifts happen, like the talk of getting rid of conferences because the West was too strong once upon a time. That conversation and narrative flipped too. So I think, again, cyclical stuff happens in this league.
And the Spurs with possession. Vassell kicks to Barnes. Back to Vassell. Outside, Fox. The three-pointer, no good. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Brooks, the pass to Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
Barnes outside. Back to Paul. It's tipped over Green. And the rejection by Smith.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on to De'Aaron Fox. Houston shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And something that's already interesting about Jabari Smith is his versatility, scoring from beyond the arc or at the mid-range. He can get points a number of ways.
Both free throws good from Smith. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Now, here's Vassell. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Boy, they are frigid right now. Failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Outside, Fox. Ball against Green. Three-pointer, Fox. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Green deciding where to go with it. Good. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. You take a look at Thompson, second in the league, having an excellent season. And, of course, Stephon Castle.
Obviously, two of the hottest young players in the league right now, guys. I mean, starting to demonstrate the kind of offensive firepower that they can bring to the table.
Well, he's been totally unstoppable over the past 10 games. It feels like these two young men can score anytime they want to.
That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome, absolutely awesome, getting good positioning close to the basket.
Pass to Green, fires the 3, drops in the tray. Green's got 8 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And Fox gets it to go. Here's Brooks, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Good evening, Kevin. I was able to talk with the Rockets head coach. Now, Coach had nothing but respect when it came to Chris Paul. He said every aspiring young point guard should study CP3. He's an ideal floor general, a fierce competitor, and he always seems to make the right play. It's going to take a team effort defensively to slow down his impact. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Brooks with no one around. Nice shot from the wing.
And Brooks needs to keep taking and making those jumpers. It's only going to help his confidence.
Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Rockets. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
It's a shot some guys don't like, but VanVleet gets it dialed in.
Paul dishes to Biyombo. 1:27 left to play in the first. Sohan. Rebound by Smith. Rockets leading by 7. Over in the corner, Green. They get it back. Şengün with the bucket.
Hey, he's one of the best on the offensive glass, so you got to get a body on Şengün.
Paul finds Fox. Lets it go from deep. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. From past the arc. Kept alive by Houston. VanVleet. And he drops it in from the low post. VanVleet's got his second basket.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Thompson sets the pick for VanVleet. Trying his luck from deep. Thompson misses. Sohan, the pass to Fox. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Fox has got 11 points.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And VanVleet launches it from deep. And so it's Houston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Jayshawn Tate out there with Tari Eason. And it's Adams, and at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Castle. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to New Orleans.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Van Vliet with the bucket. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Tate. Spurs also with the sub. Champagne's checked in. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Castle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
Oh, David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Rockets, advantage in 1 series. And checking out San Antonio, they have a lot of ground to make up. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's foul number 2 for him.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Here's Castle, covered by Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. And the basket by Castle.
Well, that time he got the defense off balance with the well-timed pump fake. Nice work.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now here's Van Vliet. Defense right on him. That one doesn't drop. Pass to Champagny. To the middle. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Green. He's got 8. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Here's Bassett. Pass to Castle. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Şengün's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson comes in for Green. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Keldon Johnson.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Ball against Van Vliet. Şengün with a screen on Paul. Out to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Van Vliet. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Clark, famously, Fred Van Vliet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size. But, man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred Van Vliet has done. He is an incredible basketball player. Smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. Trailing by 10. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Clark, looking at the growth and skill set of Şengün, he could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
The free throw drops for Şengün. Incredible for his age, the decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Houston. Green comes in for Fred VanVleet. Şengün hits them both.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
Now here's Barnes. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Vassell outside. And it's denied.
Brooks sending that shot back. That's the kind of defense he brings.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
They're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time defense.
Paul for three. Blocked again. And with this chance, we can show you the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Those are the season's top shot blocking teams. Number one, the Spurs.
And anybody who's a fan of defense has got to love this team. I mean, no one loves to see their name on top of that leaderboard as much as this coaching staff.
Now Smith following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. And Green gets it to go.
Showing off his inside game, which will complement Green's game on the outside. It'll force defenders to have to guard him in different places on the floor.
Lets it go. Vassell, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Fox kicks to Vassell. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Thompson passes to Green. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so we conclude the first half. Rockets lead by 13. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And looking at the Kings matchup, don't let a lack of focus steal one from you. Overlooking lesser opponents, but that's when they come and they bite you.
I overlook all opponents.
In terms of what? Height? Confidence? Both? Don't even answer. I know the answer. Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Rockets.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
Man, what do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them.
Ooh.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Fred VanVleet has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Spurs trail by 13. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Paul, and it's Biyombo at the center filling out the middle. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Smith kicks to Brooks. Pass to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Another shot. Good on the shot. Thompson's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Houston.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Spurs trail by 17. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Paul against Green. Vassell wide open. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. Thompson outside. Paul against Green. Brooks outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Green, no luck. Spurs trail by 12. Outside, Fox. Going inside. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
And let's review some numbers for De'Aaron Fox. Averaging about 24 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Biyombo, the pass to Fox. Clock at 6. And here's Barnes for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Fox. 13 points in the game. Kicks it out to Paul. Over Şengün. And it's Paul missing. Rockets leading by 14. Green drives in. Vassell grabs the board. Down low. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Rockets. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for the Spurs. Castle comes in for Paul. Here's Barnes. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Biyombo, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Smith with the stuff.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now, beasting.
Now here's Barnes. Sohan up top, covered by Smith. Castle lays it up and banks it in. Castle's got his third basket of the night right there.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Smith sets the pick for Van Vliet. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
More points for Van Vliet, putting some spice on that pumpkin tonight.
Here's Castle, covered by Van Vliet to the inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Clock at 4. Şengün, good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Şengün.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Sohan with the ball, covered by Smith. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Houston making some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Jabari Smith. And it's Jayshawn Tate in for Amen Thompson. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And here is Van Vliet. He's got 17. Lets it fly from 18. In the corner, it's Eason. And so it's Houston, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Brooks is out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Whitmore in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. For the 3, drills it from outside. Whitmore's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Spurs trail by 20. Here's Champagnie. Pass to Castle. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here's Şengün. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Rockets lead by 19.
The balance, the focus. Şengün shrugging off the contact in style.
Here's Champagnie. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. The Rockets making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Fox, he's checked in for the Spurs. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Buries the long-range jumper.
He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Houston leading by 19 points. Van Vliet picks to Şengün. Pass to Whitmore. On the wing, Brooks. Houston moving it around. 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot up. 4-on-3 break. Fox is double. Here's Castle. Off target with his three. Puts it up from 17. Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got 19 points.
Such a shrewd player. Van Vliet knows how to support and complete the fast break.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Here's Whitmore. Back to Brooks. Pass to Smith. Beyond the arc. And it's Whitmore missing. Spurs trail by 21. Johnson, the pass to Fox. Three-pointer. The Rockets pull it in. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Whitmore. Now Brooks. And it's Fox with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Hands on Cam Whitmore.
Like seeing Johnson getting after it, taking on all comers and drawing the whistle.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. For the Rockets, Thompson, he's checked in for Whitmore, and it's Green in for Fred Van Vliet. And the Spurs making a change here.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
Now here's Green, following the miss by Dylan Brooks. Thompson in the corner. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Spurs. Paul kicks to Fox. Pass to Vassell. Three-pointer. Brooks grabs the board. Houston leading by 19 points.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so checking out the record for these guys, tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
Yeah, I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Fred VanVleet.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And here is Johnson following Jalen Green's three. To the paint. Biyombo down low. Şengün covering. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Tell you what, the bruising strength of Biyombo, effective in drawing contact on the way up.
Shooting for San Antonio.
Shooting two.
And the first one drops. And Biyombo drops them both. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Whitmore. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Fred VanVleet.